welcome to the DSA with DAX day 7. Okay, today we're gonna solve question number 1431. Kids with the greatest number of candies. So, as usual, I'll explain the first what is question trying to say, the conditions of question. Then we'll move to the first code, simple and easy code. Then I'll optimize it and write a better code. And if any new thing we are used in this question, so I'll explain that also. Okay. After that, what question we'll doing tomorrow? We'll move to the that question. Okay. So start with the question explanation. So the kids with the greatest number of candies is today's question. There are n number of kids. Okay, with candies you are given an integer array. Okay, you have to given an array of candies where each candies of I represent the number of candies the I kids has. Like a simple iteration, like each and every index of array is a kid and the value of it is a candy. Okay, and had an integer extra candies denoting the number of extra candies that you have, like a remaining number of extra candies. Okay, which is denoting you used to find the kids with greatest number of candies. Okay, and return a boolean array result of length n. Okay, we have to return a boolean result array like true, true, false, false. Okay, that's called boolean, where result of I is true if after the given I kids all the extra candies they will have the greatest number of candies among the all kids or fails otherwise. Like if ith index kids has 5 chocolates and the extra candies is 3 and sum of this is greatest in all kids candies, so we have to give is true, and if not then we have to give false. Not that multiple kids have the greatest number of candies. Okay, because we have to plus in every kid's value. When we want I, we have to plus with that. When you have I plus 1, so we have to also plus with that. Okay, here are an example given. Okay, like candies 2 3 5 1 3 and extra candies is 3. So the output is true if 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, so is greatest, and 3 plus 3 is also 6, this is also greatest. 5 plus 3 8 is also greatest, but 1 plus 3 is 4, 5 is there, so this is not greatest, so here you can see false and true. Okay, here are the explanation is also same what I said. The below is one more example is given, like 4 2 1 1 2. Okay, but here 4 plus 1 5 is the greatest, but not 2 1 2. Any other are not greatest, so 1 true and every else value is false. Uh, you can see one more example. If you don't clear, you can read this example. Okay, some condition, the n value is greater or equal to 2 and less than 100. Okay, note this, and n is equal to candies dot length. Every time we use n for length of the array. Okay, candies I is greater than 1 or less than and equal to 100. Each and every value which is used for the its candies is equal to 1 or less than or equal to 100. Okay, and extra candies amount should be equal to 1 or greater than 1 and less than or equal to 50. Like chocolate it is used for extra, like candy is used for extra is max 50. Okay, so this is the question. I hope you got clear what is question trying to say. Now we move to the code part of this question. Okay, so we'll start with the code. Okay, I'll set it here. Okay, so first off we pick an array to store our all boolean values. As usual we use answer array. Now we have to use max, like which is max, starting with the candies which is zeroth index. We assume this is the max. Okay, I'll tell you why. Like starting index, you don't know what is in array, but as you assume, you can assume which value is in zeroth index is the maximum, because you don't know which is one and other. By using we use for loop, and later on comparing and we decide which value is greater. But for now, we starting from 0th index, so we assume 0th index is maximum. Okay, then take for loop, let I is equal to 1. Okay, because 0th index we already used. I is less than candies dot length. Okay, and I plus plus, every time we have to plus. Okay, so here you can see that we have one for loop. Okay, this for loop is basically what to do, go from 1th index to the less than candies dot length. Okay, so now what we have to take and condition to comparing it. So we have take one if candies. Okay, so let me check spelling correctly. Okay, candies I is greater than max. Okay, if the candies ith value is greater than max, so what we're gonna do, max is equal to candies I. Okay, now you got clear why we using this max is equal to candy 0. Because we are starting initiating, that's why we're using that. Okay, so now you clear, we got the our max value of this array, like any of this. In this question you can see the max value is 5. Now we have to just go to one by one index and iterate their sum with this extra candy and compare both. If true, then we store true in our this answer array. If false, then we store false in our this answer array. Okay, so now I have to take again one for to go to one by one. So okay, let I is equal to 0. Here we have to start from 0. I is less than dot candies dot length. Okay, and I plus plus. So here you can understand. Then one if condition, if candies I, okay, plus extra candies with extra C is capital, candies is greater than or equal to max, then answer dot push true. Okay, not a value of that, we have to push true or false, because at the end of this we have to just return true false false boolean. Okay, else, okay, else answer dot push else. Okay, Uh, you might be thinking that why am I using directly else without checking this condition is, but there are only two cases. If this sum is greater or equal to max or less than it. Okay, if greater or equal to, we have to use true. Okay, another remaining condition is this is the less than this. Okay, and here conditions you clearly see that there is no negative number or unreal number, so you don't have to worry about that. You directly just push that, because this is false condition if this is not greater or equal to max. Okay, you have to see this little thing clearly, so you got clear more about this question, how is this question what is trying to say. Okay, then return answer. Okay, let me run this question. So here you can see that all test cases are accepted. Now I'll submit the question. That you can see that our this question is accepted by all the lead code conditions. Okay, so I'll teach you some little bit extra. You can see we have used this for finding the max value. Okay, but there are inbuilt function. I'll tell you, like before that we can use inbuilt function for that. Okay, so I'll have one inbuilt function for this. Okay, let max is equal to max dot max. Okay, max dot max. Okay, for whom max dot max we want to, our all candies array we want max. Okay, I'll nothing change in this code. I just replace this for loop with math dot max inbuilt function. Okay, I'll run this code. So you can see this is also accepted. So math dot max is one inbuilt function which used to find max from an array or disk, and this three dots is basically spread operator which is used to simply iterate from whole array. Okay, you don't have to write for loop or conditions. Like, it's basically spread and rest operator are applying. You can, like, iterating from an array or taking in some part of array, like that part. This spread and this operator are used. Okay. Further, in higher level, I'll teach it clearly how spread and rest operator works and how you can use that and which type of question you should have to use. Okay. Also, if we can, like, optimize this part. Okay, return, we don't need answer. Use candies dot map. Okay, candies dot map, and if candy, okay, equal to candy plus extra. Okay, candies. Okay, so let me run this. Wait, I have missed. Okay, we forgot to add our next condition, because why we have to use this? So we have to check for max. Okay, because else this is not any gonna helpful. Wait, it has showing me runtime error. Like, I use this spelling mistake here. We have to use capital C. The question is already given that here you can see that extra candies C are captured. Okay, now this is accepted. Okay, also will submit for further lead code test cases check. Okay, it's accepted and runtime is 0 ms. Now, okay, okay. So I hope you got cleared this question, which is the greatest number of candies. Okay, and tomorrow we're gonna solve question number. I'll show entire question and explain some little details about it. It's basically 1D array. A 1D array means basically, like, what I am trying to say is single unit array. Okay, array contain only one array. If array contain twice of array, it's called 2D, and if three times, it's called 3D array. Okay, this question number is 1480 or 8830. Okay, running sum of array, like that kind of running sum of 1D array. Okay, this is called 1D array. Okay, and you have to output is like this. Now, okay, you might not be clear what are happening in this question. So one, you have to plus it in this another after that coming and return it like this. And C, you have to plus this value with this and return it like this. Okay, and I hope you got clear how you have to do in this question. Okay, I hope you got clear how you can solve this question. You just have to add, like, first index value with second index value, first plus second plus third index value in third index, like that. Okay, in up to n number of indexes. Okay, so you have to read the conditions carefully in this question because it might be needed in this question. Okay, I hope, like, you can completely understand this question, and if you solve this question you can post it on LinkedIn and Twitter and mention me. Okay, and if you don't solve it, don't be panic, we're gonna solve this question tomorrow at 9 p.m. Okay, meet on tomorrow. Thanks for watching this video.